to Brandix Reviews. This is a news report that we're doing for the website. Today is the 14th of January 2014. I'm Joseph, this is the core, you may have seen some of the videos.
Today we're going to be talking about the news that's broke yesterday about the new TV show. This is from DC, called simply Gotham, at least at the moment.
It's to be aired, we believe, in autumn, so probably sort of September time 2014. They're going to start filming it in March. It's not really been cast yet, but the article that I think it got released yesterday on IGN. What was the headline of the article? If you just want to look it up, you read it out.
Gotham TV series will feature Batman, Joker, Catwoman, Riddler, and more.
It doesn't tie in with any of the films. It's its own continuity.
Yeah, they've specifically stated that as the director. It'll be separate from Batman and Superman, and although it will have a Nolan kind of feel to it, it won't be linked into those either.
Christopher Nolan, who directed the Dark Knight trilogy. This is all come from it's words from Kevin Riley, who is chairman of entertainment at Fox, and he said that the only quote, he goes on a bit, but he's put the actor, that's Bruce Wayne, the guy that plays Bruce Wayne, will grow up. If we do our job right, he'll be a young man and ready to be Batman by the end.
Yeah, basically this isn't going to be Batman's story as such. It's going to be Commissioner Gordon's year one, if you like. He's not going to be Commissioner yet, presumably.
It's like a cop show, like NYPD Blue, but in Gotham.
Yeah, I like, if they do take that approach, it could be kind of interesting, kind of a police procedural show, but instead you're following around, Gordon when he's like Detective Gordon or whatever kind of position he's going to be in. Like I say, maybe he will be Commissioner in this already, it's not really clear.
It says we see the early careers and origins of the Joker, Catwoman, Penguin and the Riddler. But
yeah, like I say, I'm not really sure about that, because really their origins should be tied into Batman, his rogues gallery. They shouldn't have become these people before he even becomes Batman.
Yeah.
Because from what they're talking about, you might see him become Batman in the kind of like last episode of this, thing we're doing. So basically he's going to be Bruce Wayne throughout the entire thing. You're not going to see him as Batman unless they change their mind on that.
It's a weird time to be doing this as well, because like I said, it doesn't tie in with any of the films. So
yeah, they've gone to efforts to say specifically that it doesn't tie in, this won't be any kind of crossover.
It's one of those things.
It feels very much like DC kind of zig where Marvel zagged, whereas they've tied everything they've done together into the kind of movie universe. DC seems determined that any kind of property they do is going to be separate.
I can't but think as well that what DC are doing is they're copying off what Marvel do, but they don't want to be so blatant about it, so they're doing it slightly different. But unfortunately, the difference is Marvel is good. This seems like it's going to be pretty bad, but I could be wrong. The thing seems to be evolving as well. When I heard about this originally, I think a couple of months ago, they said that it wasn't even going to have Batman in it at all. It was just going to be Commissioner Gordon. So God knows what it'll be tomorrow, but I think they're getting close to filming it. So
certainly when it's getting this close to when they're apparently going to start filming, you'd think they'd be past the point of being able to just casually up and change the script. But then again, I'm no kind of movie expert, so who knows.
It's strange that they're doing this now. It makes sense in a way because for financial reasons. They're just basically copying off what Marvel have done with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, it does strike me a little bit as DC trying to get in on that. But again, whereas Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of ties in with all the kind of movies, not in like a very overt way, you don't have to watch the series to get things that happen in the movies.
Or vice versa.
Yeah, it's its own entity, but it does happen in the same universe. Things that happen in the film affect the show, that kind of thing. Whereas this just seems to be, this is like another spin-off thing we're doing.
Yeah, so we'll see if they really mangle it, because we've gone from having Christian Bale playing Batman, and then within 3 years of his last appearance we've got Ben Affleck on the cinema screen playing Batman again, and now we're going to have another Batman to identify with.
It's been like a fairly long period where DC hasn't really done much beyond like occasional movies. And to be honest, it's been a while since they've turned out like a really decent movie.
Yeah, I mean, I liked
right up until when they brought out the new Batman trilogy, the Christopher Nolan ones. Kind of between like the second or third Batman film and that, there was kind of very little really that DC did that was.
There's a Lois and Clark series, that was a Dean Cain.
Yeah, but again, that was like back in the 90s. I kind of dumped that in with like when Batman films were still decent.
Yeah. Smallville was quite big, but I mean, I didn't watch it. But
yeah, it was alright, but it was very much its own spin-off, and it was
Superman.
very. Yeah.
It wasn't Superman, it was like.
To be honest, that kind of became the show's biggest weakness towards the end, because I actually did watch it. Kind of when it got back to the last few seasons, it's like, well, look, can we just have him be Superman now, because this is just getting silly. Him skirting around it. He's basically being Superman, he's doing everything Superman does, but he's doing it from the shadows.
Which is what
it's like, why the hell isn't he going to just be, you know, Superman at this point?
Yeah, well, I think we're going to be saying the same thing about this Gotham series. We're just going to be like, yeah, alright, we've seen enough of these characters, we just want to see what we know, you know. Batman.
Yeah, and also, Batman's supposed to have kind of travelled the world while he was becoming ready to be Batman, so I don't see how they're going to kind of keep that element of the character and have him just hanging around in Gotham to be part of this series.
I hope they're not going to have it all teenager. I hope it's not going to be like 18-year-old Batman, you know, kind of thing. This is his early years kind of thing.
Well, they've definitively said when the series starts he's going to be 13. Which I don't necessarily mind, so he's going to be focusing on Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Bruce Wayne as like an 8-year-old in the Dark Knight trilogy for a while, and that worked. Just as long as they don't have him like, right, now he's out of school and he's putting the Batman costume on. It's like, seriously, no, that's, you know, for the kids, we don't know.
I mean, the guy's supposed to have travelled, he's supposed to have learned, he's supposed to have gone to all these, like, various teachers.
It should be, like,
not just 20s. Talking about the films, I'm pretty sure in the
no, exactly. That's exactly. It should be in his late 20s when he's
learned from like some of the world's like best martial artists and stuff, and then returned when he was ready to be Batman.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't the only TV series that they've done recently of the DC universe, the Batman universe specifically. There was that TV series you really liked. What was it called?
I didn't like it. Basically, there was this TV series Birds of Prey, which was based on the graphic novels featuring Oracle, who was Batgirl, who ended up paralysed and became Oracle. The Huntress, Batgirl, and kind of other kind of supporting Batman characters who kind of like banded together to do their own thing. It kind of got critically acclaimed when it was being written by Gail Simone, who's a very popular kind of comic book person.
Didn't translate well onto the TV screen.
It was one of those things where they just took the name and then threw everything else out the window. They completely changed everything, so hopefully this isn't going to be the case here.
What it looked to me, and I've seen bits of it, it looked like they'd taken the like Joel Schumacher stuff specifically from like Batman and Robin and just kind of watered it down for like a TV series. So whenever you're watering down Batman and Robin, the Joel Schumacher film, yeah, it's not good. So I'm just hoping.
Well, like I actually watched it, and they not even just that, they butchered the characters, completely changed abilities back to the point where you might as well just basically made these people new characters and not had, you know, not tried to shoehorn it into the Marvel universe, the DC universe rather, because they weren't the same people.
So we're hoping that this one isn't going to be like that, because it could turn out to be just terrible, like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to find out that it was Commissioner Gordon who accidentally dumped the Joker in a vat of chemicals or something.
Yeah.
Because that'd be freaking terribly stupid.
Yeah, or if they did something stupid, like they said that Batgirl was actually Alfred's niece or something like that, because that would be a terrible idea.
Freaking awful.
But nothing else really to kind of add to this. What else did it say on the article? Obviously they're going to start shooting in March. It's going to be like aired on TV in autumn time, so it'll probably take about 6 months between getting it out. So.
Well, they do say no exact dates have been announced yet, so maybe there's some wiggle room on that.
But we'll expect people to be cast for like roles in this series. It's going to be interesting. Like I say, if they cast somebody that we know and hate as Batman, Yeah, it's not going to be good. If they have like Justin Bieber or something, as you know,
or some extra from
I don't know, he's
Twilight or something.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
No.
Yeah, I'm writing that off. Seriously.
Like I say, when you're saying it's evolved and they've kind of changed the tune on certain things, I hope this is a case of the actual show is evolving and they're not just, people have reacted negative to this, so let's see if we can shoehorn Batman in somewhere. He's going to be there, but he's going to be young, so...
We've got a feeling that's what it's going to be. That's why they've done it that way, but... They said we don't start out in capes and costumes. I mean, why do a superhero series? I don't think that...
DC's got a lot of properties that you would think would lend itself to something like this. I mean, you had the Wonder Woman series back in the 70s, which was really kind of cheesy. But they haven't really tried anything like that beyond the animated universe they did throughout the 90s.
Which was good.
Which was really good. It started out kind of as Batman and then grew into... There was a Superman one as well, and the Justice League.
Batman of the Future.
Beyond. That was like so popular, even like spun that off into the comics.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the major comic book characters, Joker's girlfriend Harley Quinn, was made up for the animated universe, and she was just so damn popular.
A lot of popular ones.
They picked her up for like the mainstream comic.
Clayface was as well, wasn't he? Pretty much. I think he was made up for the.
I'm not sure on that one myself. You could be right on that. I don't know. I can't say.
In fact, Mr. Freeze, I know he existed in the comics before that, but it was really the animated series that kind of spawned that off. So it can be done. It can be done right.
I could certainly see this being good. It just strikes me a little bit as they're trying to cash in on the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of goodwill that people have at the moment. So we'll see.
Anyway, I think that's about it. So unless there's anything else we really need to add.
Well, like I was saying, you'd think DC would have a lot more properties that you could do a TV series with, like properly, like Batman, for example, because the guy doesn't have to have any special powers. You don't have to have him flying around and blasting buildings with his superpowers and stuff.
Well, yeah.
And there's quite a few other like
he's a
DC...
detective, isn't he, at the end of the day? So.
Yeah, there's quite a few other DC characters that either have like minor powers or powers that could be presented on film a lot easier.
Yeah.
So I do kind of wonder why they've never really tried to bring any of them to a TV series before.
Yeah. Well, in recent times,
yeah.
If you don't count the 60s.
Well, like I say, forgetting like the 60s and 70s that they did the Batman and the Wonder Woman thing they did, the only real thing I can think of that's been tried recently is the Birds of Prey, and that was so mangled and not in remotely like its subject material that
we saw
I don't know how they thought that was going to go.
There was that pilot episode for Wonder Woman as well.
Yeah, again, they just completely mangled it. Completely got the character wrong to the point that she comes across as a psychopath, basically.
Yeah, she should have been working at Abu Ghraib, like torturing, people.
She's supposed to be the spirit of compassion. She's supposed to be like
really
a diplomat and stuff. She's not supposed to be.
Pretty much the exact opposite of that.
Yeah.
It was only Liz Hurley, wasn't it?
Yeah, she was one of the villains. She wasn't Wonder Woman, she was one of the villains.
Yeah, it might be on YouTube. I know there's plenty of reviews. I think Nostalgia Critic did a review of it if you want to check it out.
Yeah, I know a few people, certainly on that Guy with the Glasses Nostalgia Critic site, there is like a review of it. Also, Sci-Fi Debris did a review of the unaired Wonder Woman pilot, as it's referred to.
Yeah.
And it is just
shocking.
Absolutely horrible.
So this could turn out to be something like that, maybe slightly better if it gets picked up, but we'll see. And I think we're running out of time. So.
Yeah.
Check the website, brandxreviews.com. There's going to be plenty of other developments coming up, so we will be covering those in our sort of news video reports we're doing, as well as other reviews of films, past and present kind of thing. So check back on the website and go to our YouTube channel. If you've got any ideas, any thoughts on this, feel free to leave comments on either the YouTube channel.
Let's just be clear, these are our opinions. We're not saying this is fact.
Yeah, anyway, check out the website and there'll be plenty more to come. Thank you very much for watching.
See ya.